Now I just have to figure out under what URL people can see the stream. Yeah, doing this the first time, so yeah, here, share. So, just gonna inform everybody that it's happening, what's happening, and so on, and yada, yada, yada. So, I also have to join Ark Anya in chat. We're gonna start in 8 minutes. I'm just, doing some things, figuring some stuff out, sharing it on social, and so on. So, we're almost there. We're almost there. Yeah, next time I'm just gonna start the stream later. Okay, let's drop all that stuff to the Discords as well. I think Cosmos chat is probably a good spot. So, Akash. And in the Telegram groups. Oh, Akash product roadmap for 2020 is live. Yeah. Actually, we can have a. I think I'm gonna have a quick look at that before we start with the stream. And I'm gonna hop into your Discord. We're gonna talk there again, right? All right. And I'm in general and talking. Perfect. Let me put on my stream. Hello, everybody. 1 minute left, so let's talk about the roadmap real quick, and then we're gonna continue or start with the Cosmos SDK, with the Starport Cosmos SDK tutorial, or basically last week we set up. Yeah, but we're going to do that in a bit. This is exciting. I think it's the Akash product roadmap for next year that has just been released. So let's have a real quick look at that. Ja, kann ich machen. So, the product roadmap. Oh, it's a lot of text. No, here's the roadmap. View roadmap. Yes, that's what I want. So, for providers late this year, compute provider on Akash should be able to capacity plan more easily. Financial analysis. Okay, that's good. Market tenants. Increase visibility, increase adoption, improve liquidity. Increase adoption, okay. Airdrop faucet, increase adoption. We're gonna have persistent storage. We're gonna have a network usage dashboard. Hostname migration. Oh yeah, I'll share my screen. I think I should optimize it for readability again, huh? Okay, share my screen. This screen, better text readability, and I'm gonna go live. There you go. You should see everything. Are you good, my dear? Are you ready to start? And you're muted, by the way. Nobody can hear you. Huh? Who is muted? You are the only one I could possibly talk to. Welcome, Ark Anya. Welcome.
Oh, yeah, I'm just checking whether I can see your screen.
Inflation decay curve. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. TTY axis. Developer hub. An ASN market, IP4P addresses. Lease renegotiation, okay. Log retention. Well, I have to say on half of that stuff. Oh, an Ethereum bridge is coming for Akash.
For Akash?
Yeah.
I thought so. Do you actually know how it works? I was thinking about the gravity bridge, right? Is that the Ethereum bridge, or how does it work? Hey, Graham, good to see you. Hey!
Actually, if you don't interrupt me, I'm going to explain what I read.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, keep it down a notch, okay?
What?
Be nice.
I mean, it's on the screen. They are building an Ethereum bridge which enables Akash users to acquire Akash using various ERC20 tokens. So I think you can pay for Akash services with other tokens then more easily, because you can just switch them on the fly. This is coming Q1 2022. No, this is still coming this year. Yeah, but the whole roadmap, I think this is very, very interesting. But we can have a look at this later and probably make a separate video out of this. I'd say let's start with the queen, the stream, and so I'll give over to the queen to introduce everything. You have the word, Anya.
Really?
Yes.
Is that so now?
That is so now. Yeah.
Okay. Welcome everyone. So I guess today we decided that the best thing would be to go on with the Starport tutorial. As far as I know, last time we left off when Crusader was here. He managed to successfully scaffold the Hello World and basically make this Hello World blockchain work, I guess, right? Oh, I have the wrong title. That's how well I'm prepared for streaming. Sorry, people. Yeah, and I, on the other hand, last week really struggled because of the last version, I guess, of Starport v018 that we didn't manage to make work on my Linux. However, that's not the problem today. We will just keep going. All right? Is that it, Crusader?
Yeah, so first of all, we're gonna make sure that everybody on our project can basically has his Starport running and properly set up, and we'll probably do a bit of troubleshoot in between. And we are gonna go through this next tutorial step where we're basically building a blog that runs on the blockchain. So why don't we start first
Which
with
sounds awesome.
what we're gonna learn in this tutorial. So in this tutorial, we will create a blockchain with a module that lets us write and read to the blockchain, so data from into the blockchain. This module implements create and read functionalities for a blog-like application. The end user will be able to submit new blog posts and show a list of blog posts on the blockchain. By completing this tutorial, we will learn about scaffolding a Cosmos SDK message, defining new types in the protocol buffer files, implementing keeper methods to write data to the store, reading data from the store and return it as a result of a query, and we're going to use the blockchain's command line interface to broadcast transactions and query the blockchain. So all basic functionalities that we need for our project anyways. I'm just asking myself, I should maybe open your stream as well, so I have your chat visible as well.
There's good news. We can see what you have on your screen this time. So
yes, I optimized it for text readability. That was a great suggestion from last week. We're getting better slowly but steady. And with all the help we get from your lovely community, I think we're gonna get there. Hey, Graham at desk, good evening. I just joined your chat as well, Anya, so now I can read what your lovelies have to say as well.
Okay, awesome.
So, all right, let's start, right? First of all, does anybody have questions? I think your people know the drill. If you have questions, if they need help, just use the chat, or preferably you can also jump to Arc Anya's Discord and ask questions there. If somebody is watching on my channel on YouTube, just write something in chat and I'm gonna drop the link to Arc Anya's Discord as well. Also, a little information, we are going to do this format every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. CEST, Central European summertime. I guess in the winter we do it at the same time, which is then just 1 hour, plus minus 1 hour, depending on however the time shifts in winter. I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, but we're gonna do this regularly unless we are in holidays or some other IRL circumstances prevent us from doing this. So, all right. So, is everybody able to, or is everybody properly set up? Did everybody manage to scaffold the Hello World blockchain and was able to run it? And if I'm not mistaken, that was Tassilo attempting to say something. Hello, Tassilo. Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, so
so I also got it to work. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Nice. So also, if you're watching this video, you can check out last week's video, last week's live stream. There we set up the whole Starport SDK so we can work. Maybe I can just jump back to one little detail. and that is basically the Starport version. When you're installing it, there was a little problem with the versions. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, so there is the tutorial at some point tells you to install the Starport version 18, so 0.18.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was at the Hello World part actually.
Yeah, but that was buggy and.
Exactly. Oh, they've changed it. See?
We don't know if it's fixed yet, but if you have problems or get errors with the 0.18 version, last week we fixed it by going to the 0.17.3 version. That worked splendidly. So I'm also working with the 17.3 version. Correction?
We did not fix it on my system.
So you are still having problems running Starport?
Yeah, but I would suggest you go on, because if I have the time to keep going, I will ask you anyways. But I just wanted to give the hint that we didn't manage to make it work on my system.
Okay. Yeah, so basically an easy fix it if you install the wrong version and set it up wrongly. In your home folder, there should be a folder called .starport, which is this one. Just delete the .starport folder and follow the instructions on the install Starport, where it basically says upgrading your Starport installation. You just need to remove the Starport, which you can, so the path can be accessed by a $, and then in brackets which Starport. The which Starport returns the path for your Starport installation. There you can remove it if you have multiple versions of Starport installed. Just repeat those steps until all the Starport's versions are gone. Also repeat the .starport folders, because there are some things are set up that somehow interfered when we had the problems. So once you have those two things deleted, you should be able to do a clean install. And yeah, like always, developing, the later you watch this video, the more will have changed. But you can always contact us on Discord or wherever, and we're going to help you to try out. Also, I can highly recommend just jump into the Starport or the Cosmos official Discord. There are the official devs. They will be able to help you with most of the problems you have and figure out how to make that stuff run. So, and now let's start with doing a new project. So I'm gonna switch out from the hello directory, and I'm gonna start scaffolding the blog chain for the Starport. So let's do that. Oh yes, my go path. I have to set this up properly. Let me just find that command real quickly. Wait, I should have this in my history. There we go. This should give me access to my Go part. And now the command works. Okay. Actually, let me put this on my to-do list, that I set up my Go path correctly in my on my Linux environment. All right, noted. I will have fixed this next time. And while this installs, I'm going to drink a bit of water. Actually, while we wait, we can see how Anya is doing, because I think Anya is trying to fix her
No.
chain. No? Are you just lurking me and letting me do all the work?
No, I was actually checking the Discord because I had asked for the issue, but I didn't double check in the end. I didn't have the time. Well, I guess I got really sick the next day. Actually, that's what happened when we went to that Chinese lunch buffet. And then, yeah. Anyways, so I was just watching if they had written something, but basically, it's just a link to post an issue. I mean,
hey Ons, good to see you. Good to see you, man. You're most welcome for the tutorial. I mean, I didn't make the tutorial. I'm just executing the commands in the tutorial, but still. It's still a great way to figure out how all that stuff works. So we scaffolded the chain. Yes, obviously now we're gonna change the directory to CT to blog, and then okay, to create a message type and its handler, use the message command. Okay, I'm just gonna enter this command and then I'm trying to figure out what it actually does. So I'm still trying to figure out what Starport actually does, and it looks like Starport seems to be a collection of commands or routines that set up certain... Okay, actually there it says the message command accepts message name, which is create post, and a list of fields, title and body, as arguments. The message command has created several files. It modified the proto, it modified the handler, it created a keeper message, so it creates and modifies messages. Actually, can I see the diff? Or maybe a git status. So yeah, I'm still a bit overwhelmed what this in details actually does. I usually hate to continue with tutorials if I'm entering commands and I don't really know what I'm doing, but for now I think this is good enough, and we just hope that the tutorial explains to us what we actually did. So as always, start with the proto file. Inside the proto block tx proto file, the message create post message has been created. Edit the file to define the ID for message create post return. Okay, let's do that. So I like Vim, so we're gonna work with Vim. Or actually, let us commit this. I'm gonna git add all. And I'm gonna git commit -m. And what did I actually do? I this commit scaffolds message create posts. Okay, that's that. And then our next operation will
so
be...
you created a message then directly after you did the git, right?
Yeah, so I executed this command here, the Starport scaffold message create post title and body, and basically what we're doing, we're telling Starport to scaffold something, and the scaffold. Well, basically what we're doing is we are using the message command, which accepts a message named create post. So the create post is basically the message that we created, and the create post has two fields that are title and body. So I assume that we are now telling the blockchain that we want to create a function that users can create a post with the fields title and body. And then it did some magic in the background. I still have to wrap my head around, but we will learn this with time. And now it tells us that we have to define the ID for the message create post response. So that's what I'm doing next. So now I'm basically using Vim, which is my editor, and I'm going into the proto folder, into the blog folder, and then the transaction.proto. And now I have to define this unsigned integer of 64 bits. So this is the type of the variable. The variable name is ID, and the ID will be 1. And Go requires me to put a semicolon at the end. And I will write that, and I will quit my editor. Hello, hello. Who joined us?
Maybe I did.
Somebody said something. I thought you had a question.
Someone said hello.
Hello. It was just a hello. Well, yeah, hello. Okay, and again, just to do little steps, I'm gonna do a git add all again, and I'm gonna do the git commit. I'm defining a message, and basically what I did here is so this commit sets the ID for message create post response. Committed, perfect. The audio is very quiet, too quiet in my opinion. Is it just me, or is it also Anja? Because then maybe Anja, you can just tweak up the volume a bit of your Discord and voice me the banana.
What audio are you talking about?
Now Wind said something in your chat, but okay, it's fine. Okay, so
okay.
The next step.
It was fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so first define a Cosmos SDK message type with proto message. The message create post has 3 fields: creator, title, and body. Since the purpose of the message create post message is to create new posts in the store, the only thing the message needs to return is an ID of a created post. The create post RPC was already added to the message service.
This is so exciting.
Okay, so this is basically what we are seeing down here. I would be now, of course, interested where that is. That is up here, the service message. So this is basically, so I'm wildly guessing around here. So if anybody is in the chat or in Discord that thinks I'm talking bullshit or has a different idea, correct me. But I'm just trying to explain you what I think is happening, and worst case we figure out later that I was completely wrong. So this is basically the message service, which is probably communicating between the blockchain itself and the clients that write to the blockchain. So whenever a post is, so whenever somebody or something calls the create post with the argument that is needed to create the post, which is basically this message create post down here. So it's the creator, so who is writing the blog post, the title and the body. Then it returns the message create post response, which basically contains the ID of the post. So far it makes sense what I'm saying? I hope, I guess.
Roughly. I'm trying now to, just so you know, I'm trying to fix my thingy again. So I'm watching with half an eye so far, but I'm listening with a lot of interest, of course.
Okay, perfect. So then let's damn, why is this? Are you fucking kidding me? Why do I have scroll bars down here? Ah, bloody Windows.
Wow. Oh. Can I hear myself? Haha. But just slightly. It's fine, it's fine. Don't need to do anything.
Yeah, this is not fun.
So what's happening?
My terminal is a fucking troll and has scroll bars that I don't need, which are covering the last line of my command line, where by default I'm typing the commands. So this is a fucking pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, I think I need to change the. Woohoo! Let's put that up there.
Sable. No, I want to scroll forward.
I'm kind of enjoying the electronic music. At night, it's kind of a different personality. Haha.
Yeah, okay, I have to live with it. I don't want to change. I don't want to bother with this on stream. Okay, so let's continue. And I have to turn off the heating. I'm dying. I'm melting here.
You did. Yeah, you just. That's the best t-shirt ever. We will make our own t-shirts, huh? Yeah. I'll try to design something on Friday night, actually, when we have our 1,000 hours. Woo!
Right, everybody. Olaf is back. Do I have greasy skin?
You know if there's actually like a plugin for VS Code or any other editor to see all the code not in blank white, which is kind of
one for Cosmos.
painful for the eye.
Yeah,
Oh, when we're talking VS Code, I'm not your guy. I'm Vim.
There's a lot of like plugins that do like syntax highlighting. Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
To have like different colors for different code bits. There's a lot of that in the plugins store, if you will.
Anya, you
We know it's free.
disconnected
Then
from
it would be
Discord,
for
by the way.
Proto, or
Sorry.
They have a lot of languages. I don't know if it has for Proto, but what is Proto? I missed the beginning. I'm sorry. Like, what is Proto?
I
Is it a
mean,
language or is it?
I don't know. I mean, the language that we're programming is Go.
Is Go, right?
Yeah,
okay.
but
I thought
Proto is it seems like the core, like the tutorial tells us. Where was it? As always, start with a proto file. So basically inside the proto file, the message create a post message has been created. So proto seems to be like defining the core functionality of the blockchain, but I can't tell you more about it up until this point. So basically I'm doing this tutorial myself for the first time. So we're figuring it all out on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next step. Finally, a bit more complex code. So next. This is why it does that. Okay, I get it now. Next, look at the xblockhandler.go. All right, let's do that. Vim handler go. Starport has added a case to the switch statement inside the new handler function. So this is the new handler. And we have a switch command. Yes, that is true. This switch statement is responsible for routing, right? Routing is something different. Do we have any Australians watching? Yeah, this might be funny to you, but probably not to anybody else. Okay, so for routing messages and calling specific keeper methods based on the type of the message. So here we can directly see the case, and then we have, I think, stars in Go are also pointers. So which means the types of message create post. If it's an error message, no wait, res error. Oh damn, I haven't used Go in so long. I'm having troubles even reading Go. Yeah, I really have to refresh my Go knowledge. So I think we're defining something here, and the message server create coast SDK. Actually it's explained down here. That's nice, so I don't have to guess around. So the case star types.message create post statement handles messages of type message create post, calls the create post method, and returns back the response. Okay. And by default, it returns an error message.
User joined your channel.
Unrecognized message type, and then return nil and the SDK error, and wrapping the error message, what it looked like. Here, Wind says something. Protocol buffers are Google's language neutral, platform neutral, extensible mechanism for serializing structured data. I think XML, but smaller, faster, and simpler. You define how you want your data to be structured once. Then you can use special generated source code to easily write and read your structured data and form from a variety of data streams and using a variety of languages. Thank you, Wind. That is an explanation that seems very, very smart to me. Okay, and then every module has a handler function like this to process messages and call keeper methods. Okay. So, what is next? Next, we want to process messages. So in the newly scaffolded xblock keeper message go file. Yeah. Let's look at that next. So bada bim bada bam. Vim, opening this.
So far we only had to add this ID in this one part, right? The rest is actually all done already.
Yeah, so the only thing we had to do manually was adding this line. The RPC create post message create post returns. So basically that when something calls the create post message, it returns the ID of the post.
For me, like it was there already.
Huh? Say again?
For me, only that was also there already. The only thing that wasn't there was this uint64 ID.
Yeah, the empty function was there, but we had to tell the code what to return when the message create post is called. So this defines the response.
Yep.
So basically, this line
everything
we had to add.
low,
Everything else was done by
everything
the scaffolding message of Starport. Yeah. So also just to point this out again, because we are using Starport here, which is basically already a level above, and Starport is building on the Cosmos SDK. So as far as I understand it now, by using Starport and scaffolding certain commands, we can tell Starport to create certain boilerplate code that is then accessing the Cosmos SDK, which is basically handling all the blockchain interiors downstairs. So I think when we are building our example on senf.köln, we can probably do some things with the Starport SDK. So create basically our boilerplate when we say, hey, let's say we decide to write some comments on the blockchain, or we want to do the voting, we can probably create some boilerplate with Starport. And then we have to write Go code that accesses the Cosmos SDK to do the stuff that we actually want to do.
That's great.
Okay, so now let's create some messages. So the block keeper message server create post file, you can see a placeholder implementation for the create post function. Right now it does nothing and returns an empty response. For your blockchain, you want the contents of the message, which means the title and the body, to be written to the state as a new post. So you need to do two things. Create a variable of type post with the title and the body from the message and append this post to the store. Okay, so I still assume this is happening in this function, and yes, there the top line I can already recognize. Then we have the CTX, which is the SDK unwraps some SDK content with, yeah, the Go CTX looks like something that the Cosmos SDK uses. And now here, handling the message. So here's basically what we want to do. So so this one is actually, let's make a comment here. So this gets the context. So that's what that line down here does. It gets the context, so the Cosmos SDK can do its magic. And then we have to handle the message. So let's replace those two lines. And we're gonna create...
The way for color coding is really hard to read on stream. So it's like dark blue on black.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe you can zoom in a little bit so it's easy to read.
It's also hard to read on my screen. That better?
Yeah, zoom in a good thing.
All right, let's do that. So I guess this is better. Yeah, you might be right. I should pick a different color profile for Vim. But not now. Other time. Okay. Or should I invest those couple of minutes to change that? Any opinions?
I think if it's quick to do, then I think it makes sense because it's like the blue text is very difficult to read.
Okay. No, we don't see anything. It's like it's black.
All right, command. It should be somewhere here. Where is my Vim RC? Oh no, there it is. Vim ZSH dot ZSH RC. Yeah, this is what I want. Now this should be in might ZSH, I guess. And let me also look at Vim themes. The 21 best Vim themes.
Did you see Wind? He says try typing color desert when it's not in edit mode. I mean, then he...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you say desert works well, then I just go with desert for now. I'm fine with that. But I want this to be persistent, so I'm gonna do this in my my ZSH. What does he say? Color equals desert. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like it. I like. No, I need to set it in my Vim RC.
Lucky you, I'm downloading Go again.
Yeah.
Back to square one, I guess. But I like these night sessions, I have to say.
Oh hell, where is my Vim RC?
Did you see Wind said something else? Type Vim something. Ah, he says yes, better.
Yeah, I mean it should be in .vim, but
Awesome. Awesome. This is a blind friendly stream, you know.
Excellent.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's much clearer, everything so far. Even though like the violet stuff is difficult, but I don't think you'll have much of that, right?
I don't know. Yeah, but okay, let's get back to the other thing. So I think
I mean,
CD
learning some
blog.
Vim on the side. Who would have thought that after 9 months of programming, I would be installing Go on my Linux?
All right, let's do that then. Let's go to this create post again, and now I do the color desert again. There we go. Now people can read, even the blind ones. So. Wait, what spot and queue am I actually? Oh, I've been kicked. What a shame. Damn you, I just want to play New World, but no fucking chance. Yeah, the buffering in the stream is quite high. I haven't really set it down. And my chroma filter is making me invisible all the time. Nah.
Hello, Dorito, how are you? We're doing great.
So.
I'm back to square one.
So we got the context, and now we wanted to create the variable of the type post. So we're gonna define a variable post that has is of type post, and now we define posts. And we want a creator, which is message.creator. So if you remember correctly, the message is the one that gets sent up here in that function. And in the file we edited before in the proto folder, we had those three properties: the creator, the title, and the body. So now we are basically mapping this to the post here. So This one, the creator is message creator. The title is message dot title, and the body is the message dot body. So that's that. And we have to append the post to the store. This also makes sense because, I mean, we want that stuff written to the blockchain, right? Add a post to the store and get back the ID. That's what the second line is doing. So ID is k dot append post the context, the first parameter, and the post is the second context, the second parameter. And then we return the ID, which is indicated by the return, obviously. And then the types. No, we have this down here already. Don't have to do this twice. So return types message create post response. And the ID is the ID. Okay, that should be that. And now we can do a git add all again. And then we do a git commit. And adds code to process the message. Splendid. So now we have to write the data to the store. I actually thought we already did that, but yeah.
Wind has an idea again.
I'm already reading it.
All right.
All right, and you got a raid, and a big one
What?
that is.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah,
No.
welcome everybody. Yeah.
Oh no, this is crazy. Study time.
Study time, thank you. Good to see you, study time.
Yes. Oh my god.
Long time no see.
Definitely. How are you doing? Hello. Yes. You still in Italy? Still our neighbor, I guess. Oh my god. Ooh.
Yeah, so everybody, we are in the middle of doing a blockchain tutorial for the Cosmos SDK, and we are using Starport to do that, so it's crazy here, it's crazy. And
This is crazy. Study time. Oh my god.
yeah,
Here.
and the message of Wind is long gone. Yeah, but I don't wanna fuck around with my Vim config right now. I wanna do this tutorial.
Oh my god, thank you so much. And oolulu. Someone has been gifting a lot of subs. Oh no. That is so nice of you guys.
All right, so
welcome.
So you entertain those people, and I'm gonna continue coding. Somebody has to do the work.
Study time. Everyone go check out everyone who was around. Study time does the co-working streams, and she goes along for hours and hours, much longer than I do, keeping the spirit up of everyone and motivating people to stay productive. So just so you guys know, go check her out. I just did the shout out again. Thank you so much, study time. And I hope everything's going great for you at the moment. And yeah, as some of you know, I've started my learning to code journey in January, and I am very fascinated by the world of blockchain and crypto, I guess, as well. So now we are tackling one of the ecosystems and seeing whether we can make blockchain work for anyone who may be interested in coding. And so obviously this is not a co-work, co-study stream at night. In the morning it usually is. And feel free to shoot and ask questions if you have any. This is crazy.
Okay, so I think I just have to edit this. I already read the tutorial, so I think I just have to open this file now. So I create the file proto/blog/post.proto, which is empty. Wait, it says define the post type and the append post keeper method. But that was already up here, right? When you define the post type in a proto file, Starport, with the help of Proto-C, takes care of generating the required Go files. Okay.
Oh my, I think my stream just crashed. Anyways,
Okay,
I
so
think it's a lot
let's
of...
type this out. So syntax equals proto 3. Okay, I have to put this in quotes or then a semicolon. Ah, okay, now we are also having two different types of files here. Okay, this was a Go file, so that the file we just edited right before, that was a Go file. And now we are fucking around with those proto files which have a different syntax. Okay, this is why I was confused. That makes more sense now. And then we have the package cosmonaut .blog. Yeah, that makes sense. Option go package equals. Okay, and now I'm just gonna enter those types. And another semicolon. And then I'm gonna create the message post. So this is for proto. And we are going to need a string, which is the creator. So we have a variable creator of type string, which gets the 1. Then we get an unsigned integer 64-bit, which is the ID, which gets the 2. And there's another string type, which is the title, which is our 3. And another string type, which is the body, which is obviously the 4. Yeah, we can count. Nice. Okay, now that should be done. Okay, the contents of post.proto are fairly standard. The file defines a package name that is used to identify messages, among other things. Specifies the Go package where new files are generated, and finally defines message posts. Each file save triggers an automatic rebuild. Now, after you build and start your chain with Starport, the post type is available. So now we have to define some keeper methods. I think we're almost halfway through the tutorial. That's also good. Good. So the next step is to define the append post keeper method. So let's save this and quit. Let's do a git add all again. And then we do a git commit. Is everybody still here? I feel so alone.
Yeah, I'm
still here.
fighting with.
I'm following along.
Okay.
Cool.
So you're only so quiet because it's so interesting what I'm showing you, right?
I'm
You
also
don't laugh
catching
at
up a little
me.
bit because I was late in the beginning.
Sorry. It was kind of a Pantalala. This is, I think, so. Wait, I've a little bit lost track because I'm still fighting with my Go. But to answer your question, I think we're working with a Golang, right?
You're asking me?
I mean, who would I be asking? Like,
we're working with two different things. We're working with Go, which is basically using the Cosmos SDK, which is written in Go, and the other files are the proto files. So, and like Wind explained to us, proto was a protocol by Google, which basically defines messages that can be sent back and forth between different network components.
okay, interesting.
Yeah. So, and what we just created, we basically created the proto logic to write data to the store. That's what we did here.
User joined your channel.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What?
Yeah, I mean, of course. Someone just made a funny comment, but I liked it. Just a random, someone said, "Wanna be an ass and
What
say
language
English."
is this? English.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Jenglish, German English,
Ginglish.
Ginglish,
Genglish.
me French English.
No, actually, it said Denglish.
Oh, Denglish.
Denglish, yeah.
Yeah, Deutsch and English, and for me it would be French and English. You know,
Franglish.
Franglish.
Well, no, wait. Fronglish? Franglais.
Franglais, yeah, Franglais would be.
Yeah, Graham, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay, and whoever is watching this tutorial as a recording, we're so sorry for having fun that it takes us so long to make to do this tutorial, but it's worth it. So join us for the live sessions on Wednesday. Ich bin random someone. Where bist du? Ich bin specific someone.
Ich bin someone.
Someone. The someone.
This is me.
The someone. All right, let's continue. Defining keeper methods. The next step is to define the append post keeper method. Create the x/block/keeper.postGo file and start thinking about the logic of the function. So everybody, start thinking about the logic of the function.
Start or stop?
Yeah.
Because it kind of sounded like stop.
Okay, to implement append post, you must first understand how the store works. You can think of a store as a key value based database where keys are lexicographically ordered. You can loop through keys and use get and set to retrieve and set values based on keys. To distinguish between different types of data that a module can keep in its store, you can use prefixes like product or post. To keep a list of posts in what is essentially a key value store, you need to keep track of the indexes of the posts you insert. Since both posts values and post count index values are kept in the store, you can use different prefixes, post value and post count. And these prefixes to the X block types keys Go file. What? Wait. What? Wait. What? What? What?
What? I'm
I
happy
mean-
to tell you that I'm still in the process of downloading Go. Sorry. Yeah, that was just like a
You were
flash news.
supposed to do that last week.
Well, I did, but now when I was typing in Go version, it was giving me an error. So I
User joined your
figured I
channel.
just need to uninstall Go and install it again.
No.
What?
Can you type export into your command line and go one arrow up, and then it exports your Go path, which you probably haven't written to your bashrc file, which means Go is already installed, it's just not in your path, which means your shell doesn't find Go when you type the Go command.
Yeah, it was the case, but I uninstalled everything now anyways. So
Okay.
I need to reinstall it. And actually, I think it's maybe not a bad thing, because last time that we did what we did, I think I may have, without knowing something wrong with the Go installation, I'm not 100% sure, because the problem that I had was not even the problem that Graham was having. So I'm just thinking, starting everything fresh from zero, and I'll just see where it goes.
Also, after I installed Go, I also had an error, and then I closed the terminal and started it again, and then it worked. It's also what they said in the description that this might help.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes,
okay.
sometimes
Well,
restarting
yeah.
the terminal helps. You can also manually do that by sourcing certain files. Yeah, but this is all bash knowledge that yeah. Just things you have to learn and understand. But I've been there. I've done the same thing. So don't feel bad. Please don't feel bad.
So wait, can you repeat what you just said? I guess I was distracted. Sorry. What we should be careful about, or Chris?
I think it was
Yeah.
saying that there's a different way to restart Go, to restart the terminal without actually closing it. But
Nah,
I don't think you have to do that. I think you can just close it in
what happens is when you restart your terminals, certain configuration files get executed once the terminal starts. So when you install something and those files haven't been sourced, so that's the technical term for it, restarting the terminal basically then executes those files that have been written to your configuration files. But you can also just type, if you know which configuration file needs to be executed after the installation, you can just type source and then the file you need the terminal to execute to basically have the same effect without closing the terminal and opening it again. But I think the problem Anya has been having is most likely unrelated to what we just discussed. Problem Anya was most likely having is that the path to her Go installation is not in her configuration file, which is called the .bashrc, or bashrc in her case. I'm also using a different shell, which makes it, of course, even more confusing when you look at my setup, but...
Yup. I will learn Bash at some point.
Yeah. Again, been there, done that. Like, I was using Bash and not having a fucking clue how that works, and other people were explaining me stuff about ZSH. And yeah, you probably feel like I felt in the past, so I know how you feel. But
do you?
Huh?
But do you? But do you really?
I've also been young and green behind the ears, yeah.
Not really young though. Okay.
Okay, now what I'm a bit puzzled now is that the tutorial tells me to create the blockkeeper post.go file and start thinking about the logic. And then it just... no, down here it does something. Okay, but it doesn't want me to work in that file. So I'm just gonna quit without saving my changes. And I'm gonna create this file instead, which defines obviously the keys of our... Oh yeah. We already have some stuff in there. Add these prefixes to the const. Yeah, I will do that. I'm gonna add it down here. So we're gonna have the post key, which is post minus value minus, and we're gonna have the post count key, post count key, which is the post minus count prefix. Okay. So is everybody clear on what we did in this step?
No, but I'm still with my stuff, so I can't really follow 100%.
Does anybody want to try and explain to me what we just did by adding those two lines? Just to make this a bit more interactive. Oh yeah, and Gabs Aku, we are currently doing the Starport tutorial to learn how to build or use the Cosmos SDK to build a blockchain, because we're working on a project called senf.colon, which is basically for citizen participation of municipalities, and we are trying to migrate certain features of that already existing project to the blockchain. So basically stuff like voting on certain projects that are initiated by the citizens of a city, and we're trying to migrate the voting from a traditional database and a classical backend to the blockchain. And we are at the very beginning of this project, or basically at the very beginning of the blockchain part of this project. And so we're going through the Starport tutorial. to learn how to do this. That's what we're doing. Well, I can't follow 1% of this, but I just joined. There's something about storage. Yes, just a random someone. It's about how to store data on a blockchain.
Yeah, so just a random someone and all the others. I guess the topic tonight is about blockchains. So if you're unfamiliar, you probably have heard about Bitcoin. And basically Bitcoin and many other cryptos act in a decentralized way. That's actually what they do differently so far. And to do that, we often say that they use the blockchain technology. So that's why we're looking into blockchain tonight. I hope it I hope it kind of breaks it down fairly easily. Or I think.
Okay. So in the previous step, we obviously created the key prefixes for the storage. And then we can continue and do that. So when a post message is sent to the append post function, 4 actions occur. First, get the number of posts in the store, which is the count. Add a post by using the count as an ID. Increment the count and return the count. Does this make sense to everybody?
It sounded roughly. Get the number of posts in the store, add a post by using the count as an ID, increment the count, return the count.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds like a typical blockchain thingy.
Yeah. Maybe let's discuss a bit why it does that. Anybody wants to try? I feel like a teacher in school. Is this annoying when I'm trying to force you to interact and to think about this? Okay, easier question. Are you still here? Are you still awake?
I'm still here.
I feel like a little bit
to be
like
honest,
a mathematics class.
I'm still just literally just copy and pasting and trying to understand as I go. At this point, I couldn't really explain what I'm doing just yet, but I hope I'll just understand as we go.
Yeah, it will get clearer with time. I mean, also, I'm wrapping my head around this on the time. So the thing with the count function is basically are you guys okay? Maybe for those who aren't familiar with append-only databases. So the thing is, the databases always need like certain IDs for things, but in order for the program in the background to know what it's doing, if you wanna append something to the store, the logic needs to know which is the next ID it can write. So it basically gets the number of posts in the store. So let's say we already have 5 entries, then it counts those. Okay, actually this doesn't make sense, because if you get the number of posts in the store and you would add a post by using the count as an ID, you would override the last post.
But wait, what?
Yeah.
Unless the first post has the number, like the ID 0 or something, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Good one.
Exactly.
Good one. Yeah. And then it increments the count and returns the count. Because then you have the total number of, now that's the ID of the new entry that you created, because the actual the IDs start at 1, not at 0, but the keys start at 0. Okay, now it makes sense. Yeah. Excellent, now it makes sense. So, any questions or problems that you have up until this point that we should address? No? Okay, nice. Then we can continue with writing data to the store. Okay, now after the import section, draft the append post function in the file xblockkeeper_post.go. We will do that.
I have a question. Is everything we're doing local? Like, is the database that we're creating or that we created, is it local? And the entire blockchain is like on the local machine, or is it somehow connected to Starport network?
Now, Starport is not a network. Starport is it's more like a what's the name?
A framework.
A framework, yeah. Starport is more like a
Okay.
framework that you can use to build a blockchain. So and the nodes of, like, the blockchain itself is basically run by nodes, and of course every node is running locally, and then the blockchain is basically the composite product of all contributions of all the nodes. If that answers the question.
Partly, I think. So, for example, if we now try to write something to the store, like, where is the store?
Yeah. So I'm also like a little bit of a noob, but I think when it comes to, I don't know, do you have any experience with Ethereum or any other blockchain so far?
Not really. Like, I know roughly, like, I know the idea of how it works, but it's like this is the first real contact with this.
So I'll just give a little bit of context, because I think for me, and normally we have it this way, that I'm a little bit, at least the little things that I understand, I can explain them a little bit easier. So when it comes to Ethereum, for instance, that's one blockchain, right? And then you would have smart contracts that you would actually write on a blockchain, but when you are developing, you would create a local kind of test blockchain that's only running on your computer, because anything else would be too painful and too slow, because you have to think of the fact that when you write something to a blockchain like Ethereum, it's very decentralized, and every transaction that happens, any piece of code that you have run on the blockchain, first of all, costs something if you're not on a test blockchain. And on the other hand, even if you were using one of the test blockchains that are like test networks that are present for Ethereum, it would still be quite slow, because they still run decentrally. So every transaction needs to be kind of accepted by the network. So it means that normally when you're in the early stages and trying to develop a dApp or stuff, you will normally do it with a local test blockchain before you start thinking about deploying it either on a test blockchain or on the real Ethereum blockchain. Now, what I'd be interested in is, like, Cosmos works a little bit differently. That's why we're so interested in Cosmos. The problem that you have with Ethereum, as I said, is just one blockchain. So imagine all the world trying to put smart contracts on one blockchain that has one copy of it, basically, or like a lot of copies, but just one version of it being decentrally run. that becomes very problematic. It's not very scalable. It causes high fees. That's what's happening at the moment. Cosmos is an ecosystem of blockchains. So the idea is we're creating an actual blockchain that would theoretically be able to be plugged in to the other blockchains in the ecosystem. However, you would still run the entire blockchain as you were your own little version of Ethereum. With the perk that once you have something running, you could plug into the network using the inter-blockchain communication protocol. So what now, I don't know, Crusader, is like right now when you're doing this, because I haven't really followed how far you are. What's happening? Are you actually still on a like a test blockchain? Or I know from Ethereum that normally you run or like not test blockchain, but do you even need? I actually don't know how it works for Cosmos.
I mean, on Ethereum, you can theoretically do the exact same thing. You just set up your own Ethereum network, you have one node, and then you run it locally. And for Cosmos, it's exactly the same. You always start with setting up your local node, and you basically run your own blockchain on your own machine. And the next step would then be to test that stuff on the testnet. And then when you're confident that your code is secure and that no bullshit happens, then you can decide to go to the mainnet.
So it means that you run first everything and store on your own node.
Yeah.
And then the only perk or like the only difference then is when you're ready, you could invite other nodes kind of to become validators in Cosmos, I guess, or something like that, right? Of the network.
I want to say yes, but I also want to add the disclaimer that I'm not perfectly sure to what extent the validators might do additional stuff, or like I'm not sure if the validators really only execute the code, or if the validators also have additional jobs, like for example the governance, voting, and all that stuff. But I mean,
it depends. I guess
theoretically you can run a blockchain just by yourself. I mean, it doesn't really make sense because you have to write a lot of overhead code that is not really useful, because the whole blockchain barebone, basically the underlying blockchain tech, would take care of synchronicity. So when multiple people commit different transactions, that there is that they are ordered in the right way. So that's yeah. So with the when you bring the validators into play, I'm not 100% confident I can answer the question correctly.
Okay, but anyway, thanks for the wrap up. Yeah, I think slowly I'll get there.
Yeah, sorry for the long
no,
trial
it was perfect. I always feel that the explanations that you do and add to whatever I'm blabbering on about is very, very helpful to new people.
Oh, thank
you.
Well, in any case, it's very helpful to me, because every time that you guys ask questions and I try to explain, I learn more and more, because I realize stuff by explaining, or I realize stuff that I don't know, or sometimes some pieces finally plug together.
Same here. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm now trying to do is to wrap my head around about this this keeper function. because above they told us to think about the logic that has to go into the keeper function. And luckily I can just copy this and paste it in here as comments. And it's gonna go to color desert again. And now it wants us to implement the get post count. Okay, so basically here we are writing the function that we have read up here. Basically
User
the append
disconnected from your
post.
channel.
That's with the oh yeah. Okay, actually let me copy this and insert it. Wait. Copy, paste. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let us try to understand what this code does. So we have a function that is a keeper function, and it basically the function is called get post count, and it needs the context and the SDK.context. It has a uint64. Yeah, I really have to say this. I'm also really struggling with this code. Like, this is something. Wait, is this yeah, this is a Go file again. Okay, so the next line is get the store using store key, which is blog, and the post count key, which is post count. Okay.
By the way, I now understood what we're doing here a little bit more, like with the code that we're putting into post.go. Is the list that we read out before, get the number of posts in the store, the count, and then create the ID from the post, increment the count, and then return the count.
Yeah.
This is I think this is the code. Like, I didn't understand before, but now I got it.
Awesome.
Okay. What?
I'm I'm just laughing at myself because I'm not getting there. It's even worse than last week.
Me neither. Like in mathematics class, where like way higher grades.
I think mathematics class is easier for me than that.
Yeah, I mean, I never said that migrating that stuff to a blockchain would be easy.
Yeah, but that's the stuff that that Crusader likes. So
yeah, this is interesting. This is not boring. I like it. Yeah, Netflix. Back in the day, we just dumped our data into client-side XML and called it a day. Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, yeah. Long story short, here we are getting the. Oh man, this is also a bit too late. This is really a bit too late for me. So the prefix new store, and then we are calling some bytes from type.postCount key. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't really understand what those lines would do if I wouldn't have read the explanation just a couple lines upwards. But
Yeah, let me see how. Wait, I have to double check one thing. Store
yeah,
prefix that means store bind.
yeah, Anya.
No, I just wanted to have a look because I was struggling with my code, so I
Yeah.
I couldn't have a proper look at your where you were at, and
And you want me to
it
wait?
yeah, I just wanted to think about solidity and how it differs or not or whatever, but yeah.
Okay.
It does remind me a little bit of crypto zombies, but obviously the language is very different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, let's continue.
Stop making fun of me.
Why not?
Nerdflex says, at this stage you might as well build it on Solana. Wasn't Solana just hacked not long ago? uh,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have to say building those store functions, that's something that is still quite low level. I would have hoped that Starport is a bit more convenient when it comes to reading and writing stuff from the store and from into the blockchain, but that stuff is really low level. To be honest, at the moment, this scares me away a little bit.
oh, okay.
But let's continue with the tutorial.
So yeah, so it would require more knowledge of Golang.
Absolutely, like this is really, I mean once you've done this a couple of times, I think you're getting used to it, because you just say, okay, this is the boilerplate code, this is the syntax, this is what you have to call, this is what you have to do. And I mean, this is also what the whole thing is gonna, like, what the next years are gonna determine which blockchain is actually gonna find bigger adoption, that you don't have to write boilerplate code like this.
Well, but isn't like stuff like Juno and Cosmosm just for that?
I haven't looked into that at all yet. I would imagine so, yeah, or I would hope so.
I mean, I guess the beauty, if I understand it correctly, well, I'm not sure about Cosmosm, but I think it's definitely making it possible to write contracts like directly inter blockchain kind of relevant. But I mean, I think it's then only a matter of time that you have like some tooling or whatever that enables you to write it in whatever language you want and have it compiled, and or am I like completely on the wrong like train of thoughts here?
Don't know. No comment at this point.
Sol is going to the moon, though. Yeah, but everything is going to the moon, Nerdflex.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean
Shiba
anything.
Inu is going to the moon.
Shiba Inu is going to the moon. So, what's the prefix thing? Do you need
people
that?
a lot of people still think Ripple is a good buy. So don't come with a presumed correlation between price and actual value of a project. Seriously.
Hello, Milan from Spain. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, Nerdflex. I mean, we definitely have to get to the bottom of this, and yeah, I think we need to still keep going with that tutorial over the next few sessions, and see where that leads us, and maybe ask a few questions to the community as well. You know, but like I'd still be wondering because there's a lot of projects being built on the Cosmos ecosystem. So I find it hard to believe that it's not at least on the roadmap to maybe there is already something, or it's at least on the roadmap to make it even accessible.
Okay, so yeah, I think all these keeper functions. I'm not gonna get in too much detail here. I'm just gonna copy paste all that stuff. Actually, what was it? Set paste. Wasn't it like that? Ah, there we go. All right, entered that. And now it tells me now that you have implemented functions for getting the number of posts and setting the post count. You can implement the logic behind the append post function. Here it also shows me the rest of that code. So basically, okay, that stuff goes down there. So let's go all the way down here. And actually, let me deactivate those system sounds for you. I guess that's pretty annoying. Or does that go above there?
Is
Actually,
that true, Nerdflex? Is Go relatively easy to learn?
I'd say Go is not too complicated, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. but the rest is.
Okay, so
difficult.
we have the package keeper. And then we have to import those things. Yep, let's do that. And then we can define our function keeper. And my intuition tells me that I should paste this down here. Oops, no. All right, let's see how that goes. Okay. By following these steps, you have implemented all of the code required to create new posts and store them on chain. Now when a transaction that contains a message of type message create post is broadcast, the message is routed to your blog module. Xblog handler go calls k create post, which in turn calls append post. Append post gets the number of posts from the store, adds a post using the count as an ID, increments the count, and returns the ID. All right, try it out. Create a post. Sounds simple, right? Already looking forward to the debugging. Git commit. Creates keeper methods. Oh yeah, of course. Git add all.
No.
Okay. Starport chain serve. Okay, building proto. No errors so far. Again.
Interesting. Thanks a lot, Nerdflex and Graham for giving your insights.
All right, I'm curious. Aha, installing dependencies.
Aha.
Aha.
Aha. Okay. Is it possible? It's material further testing. Is it possible that it's also security related? That type of choice of language?
For sure, yeah.
Because I'm just reading the website for CosmWasm, and it says number 2 key features: secure architecture designed to avoid all attack vectors present in Ethereum.
Yeah, I'm really curious to look into CosmWasm as well.
And I mean, Polkadot, on the other hand, has been using Rust, right, for substrate.
Yep.
So, I mean, maybe there's a reason for that choice on that lower level. Just an assumption to throw in here. Halfway house between Python and C. And I've enjoyed what I've seen of Go so far. I'd recommend checking it out, but if you're just getting started, you'll be productive faster with Python. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, especially me.
Oh yeah, I have an error. Imported and not used. String const.
Yeah. Heard about Figment already.
Yeah, I had the same error. You just have to comment out these two files. I think in query.proto, in the beginning, there's two files that are imported.
Okay. So wait. Vim. That file. No. That's not it.
In query.proto.
In query.proto.
Yeah, it's in proto blog and then query.
So you said proto? And then?
And then blog and then query.proto.
Query.proto. Holy fuck. So you're saying those two?
Yeah, comment them out.
Okay.
Look, yeah, I'm just checking the docs and also like the Figment website sent by Nerdflex, and it says Tendermint provides these benefits. You can develop basically in any language, because maybe we shouldn't forget that we're just looking at Starport so far. Maybe there's also other possibilities.
Right, let's try again. Yeah, I mean there are a lot of interesting projects out there.
So one can take the current Ethereum code base, whether in Go, Rust, or Haskell, and run it as an ABCI application using Tendermint consensus. Indeed, we did that with Ethereum. Oh, interesting. I mean, it says here, definitely code your blockchain with your preferred programming language.
I'm still getting the same error.
I think it's a different error in a different file.
Yeah.
It's in post Go. You also have to do the same, I guess.
So oh no, wait, but no, it says cannot build app. Or can I maybe run the command anyway? Just gonna try it anyway. Because sometimes it throws you arrows, but it works anyway. I mean, unlikely, but
I mean, I fixed the errors and then it built everything up, and I was trying to run the command blog DTX, but it didn't do anything. Like, it was a little bit weird.
yeah,
but maybe
you should get this return down here.
Yeah, I didn't get anything. It was a little bit strange.
Yeah, now the application is not responding properly. Okay. So X blog keeper post go, and now it's set in line 8, right? Oh yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah, let's comment that out. Let's start up the chain again.
Yeah, Twitch got hacked. What is concurrency support? So ongoing support, that's what you mean?
Concurrency is when you execute multiple commands in parallel.
Ah. Okay, I understood.
Oh yeah, here, Firewall wants something. Tendermint node, token. Oh, did you have that, guys? With the addresses and everything? So when you have initializing the app and created accounts and everything, that is a good sign. And hopefully I can run this now. Now that you have added the functionality to create pods and broadcast them to your chain, you can add so yeah, the transaction doesn't seem to do anything.
Sorry, I'm checking the link sent in the chat. The Twitch earnings leaked. Woo. Yeah. I'm definitely not up there. Oh my god. This is crazy.
So everybody who has received money from Twitch should now receive an email within, I think, 24 hours that personal data has been leaked and breached. Otherwise, they are violating the GDPR. And they're gonna get slapped bad for this.
What? Who? What?
Huh? Who what? Twitch. Leaked. Hacked. Who what? Who Twitch? What leaked?
Shh. Shh.
And Netflix, this Wim setup is this is I haven't invested any time into this. This is just my WSL I play around and fuck around thing. This is not my proper development environment. I think since my last job a couple of years ago, I haven't really coded much.
It's about time, Crusader. It's about
you know, I'm a theoretical computer scientist. I like to write papers. I like to think about algorithms. I let other people write the code who are far better than me in coding.
I'm not that person yet.
Yeah, so
So Nerdflex says your Vim setup feels like masochism.
So have you guys figured out where to, like, what to do with this block DTX block create post thing? Because it doesn't seem to return anything, right?
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. That's why I'm a bit puzzled as well.
Before, when your computer asks you to like allow or give certain permissions, I think it asked for the block D program to connect to the network or something. So it's like a program or something.
Yeah.
That does
Which
something.
line are you? Ah, sorry.
Oh, I
Yeah,
mean,
we're talking about this line that's still in his terminal. The block,
Ah,
like the
okay.
last.
Ah, yeah, okay.
User left your channel.
Because
From
it doesn't
Alice.
really do anything.
then Netflix, the thing is, if Twitch didn't realize that they have been hacked, once they realize that they have been hacked, I think they have to notify everybody within 24 hours that a data breach happened. So since we found out today, you can assume that Amazon also found out today, and now they have 24 hours to notify everyone. That's how I would interpret it. Because, I mean, if they don't know they have been hacked and data has been leaked, how can they notify everybody within 24 hours, right?
Graham says he thinks that line could be just a leftover print statement.
What?
The line in the terminal.
The block D line? Yeah, that's the one I entered, so...
Ah, yeah.
Or do I maybe have to open a new terminal to do that?
I tried the same
that's...
thing, but then it says the block D is not, like, it doesn't know the command block D. Maybe it does the same with you, I'm not sure.
Yeah, block D not found. Block D... Starport, maybe we find something. Create custom...
So Graham says you will. That process blocked. You want the chain serve thing running in a different terminal.
Yeah, right? That's what I thought.
So Graham says he's guessing here, but with the hello example, there was a .go file in hello cmd hello d main.go that compiled into a hello d binary. Just a random someone, I guess you understand it, right?
Oh boy.
That's what you were about to say, yeah? Yeah, that's possible. Also, I think I would try to have an eye on the Figment. But the Figment tutorials. Because a lot of people have recommended it, and they have a few tutorials for Cosmos, actually. So, yeah.
Yeah, so this feels a bit like pain.
Have a look at I mean, I think we should, if you're having a major block, maybe we should just leave it for next Wednesday anyway. But there is this, wait, I'll post it again in the chat, I guess. The Learn Figment resource seems to have a lot of cool stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we could check that out.
All right. Yeah. Here is the block D. Wait. Maybe I have to main.go. Go install. Thank you. Oh God, I'm so happy we have. I guess I go one folder up, right? And do the go install. Yeah, of course, go is not found.
Graham is really good at explaining and even understanding all that shit, right?
Yeah.
and at helping out. I'm just too bad to really follow his advice as I should most of the time, because still a bit over my head everything.
Alright, go install.
Yes, just a random someone. We know. Oh my god, you guys! I finally got. It looks like I've never been that far. It seems like it's building the blockchain.
Oh my god. Okay, Graham, where would I find that block D executable file now when I installed it with Go?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, you forced me to go and find my microphone. I was finding that typing in the chat wasn't
Yeah.
Thanks. Sam.
Right, so just type echo space $GoPath in caps. Let's just see what you've got set in
Echo
there.
space $GoPath.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
I haven't set that up.
Yeah, when you were talking earlier about GoPath, I wasn't sure if you meant the GoPath variable or if you meant that you've got the path to go defined, because your path variable is different to the GoPath variable.
Yeah.
And you had path defined last time. So GoPath defaults, I believe, to a Go folder in your home directory. And when you type go install, I imagine it will have tried to install it into a Go folder in your home directory.
All right, cd.
If there isn't one there and you know where you want to store this code, then you can do it again and it will put it in the right place.
There it is. Thank you, sir.
You'll want a / in front of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So have you set GoPath? Because if not, I would do that before carrying on with any of this.
Connection refused. Okay. That's better. Oh boy. Connection.
I was reading
refused.
something about when you were installing Starlink, Starport, that you for permission reasons, there's like a slightly different version to import it. Like in the very beginning of the tutorial,
okay,
it says something about or not even, like, I think even when installed Starport, it says something, a write permission. Starport installation requires write permission to the user local bin. I'm not quite sure if that's sort of the reason, but it's got something with permission. And also when I Googled that the block D command wasn't found,
I had to do it as a sudo.
Okay, but if you did, maybe then that's not the problem.
So
I mean, when I installed Go, I had to do it as sudo.
This connection issue, I mean, it looks to me like it's just saying that it can't connect to socket 266, well, port number 26657 on localhost, which is what 127.0.0.1 is. Whereas in the right-hand terminal, it claims that it's listening on 000. Are you familiar with what those two IP addresses represent? Before I carry on blathering away about what I do, I just want to check that we're...
I mean, my understanding for like 0000 is that he listens on every IP.
Yeah, basically. For every
Localhost, yeah, and localhost is basically the local machine, and 127.0.0.1. I understand them as synonymous to localhost, but I know that's technically not correct.
Well, localhost is a host name which will normally be defined to be 127.0.0.1. The 127 bit is the key part in it being local. So I would try using telnet to debug whether or not you've actually got something listening on this port. You can do that with telnet space localhost space 26657, and I think you'll get a connection refused, because that's what the process on the left side, the blogd thing, is claiming.
266.
Yeah. Now, if you were to replace localhost with the IP of, say, your wireless network card, and do it again, I think you'll probably find that Starport chain serve is actually listening on that port, but using your wireless network card or your Ethernet card.
Yeah, and I would also not rule out that that isn't a problem with the Windows subsystem for Linux, because I always figured whenever I wanted to access network stuff from my Windows subsystem for Linux, weird stuff happens.
Okay, well, just try it. Just find out what your IP address is.
What's the command for that again?
I've never used WSL, but you might be able to do IP space ADDR space list.
Oh, wait. ID AWR.
ADDR for address, and then list. That's a basic Linux networking command to list your IPs. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So on either pick ETH0 or your first wireless network one, because the 000 is probably listened on all of those, to be honest.
All right.
And try the telnet command again.
So that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope.
So I think you've got a networking issue. So if I were you, I'd probably try just proving to myself that that process in the right-hand terminal is still alive. Let's try again. I'm in totally new water here because I've never used WSL. Let's try LSOF in the left-hand terminal, which stands for list open files, and then space -i, which is for internet address, and space colon, and then
colon is that one, right?
Yeah. It's very small on my machine, but it's the one that's just 2 dots. And you don't want a space after that. You want to just say 26657 directly after the colon.
Enter.
And what that's going to do is list all of the processors that are basically are using that port, and there aren't any listed. So
yeah, okay.
I'm wondering whether Windows Subsystem for Linux has somehow put you in some kind of container that's namespaced you away from...
I think the subsystem for Linux is running in containers, yeah. So, yeah, this is basically the point where I want to throw all my crappy setup here into the bin and grab my Linux laptop.
Yeah.
But since I have no streaming stuff... Oh yeah, or a VM.
So it's better to do that on Linux, or what? What are you doing it on? I didn't get that.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm doing it currently on my Windows subsystem for Linux.
Oh.
I'm sure
Haha.
there'll be a way, if it is containers that are causing this lack of visibility, there will be a way of sharing the open ports between the different containers. But
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
completely-
I don't want to open Pandora's box. No.
Yeah, so if you've got a VM installed, I'd switch to that, I think.
Nah, I'll get it ready for next week, and then we continue here next week with.
Can I show quickly a very proud example of like I've come to stage 1 where basically the Hello World blockchain is running.
Yes, show it to everybody can see your screen, dear.
I'm just so proud because.
Yeah, show us.
Woo. Sorry, are you showing the stream here? No.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. Can you see it?
People can now see me showing you showing my stream.
Yes. Oh my god, took me long enough. I had to delete everything and reinstall everything. I'm done. That was awesome. Thanks for the attention. Back to you.
Yeah, so everybody with
Yeah, I
the
didn't see
whole
anything.
stream delays, it's gonna take time until you see Anya actually doing what you just heard in audio.
But even in Discord, I'm still just seeing your two terminals.
Yeah, I think the connection maybe with
Right.
the two of us streaming and the VM and I don't know what. Maybe there's a bit of overload. But in Discord, yeah, what? In Discord, I'm not. Yeah, fine.
Oh yeah, now the stream is buffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyhow, I'd say we can still hang out in Discord and chat a bit, and I'm just gonna shut down the stream for now.
Yep. Yeah, no, it was, but it's awesome. I think I'm actually really enjoying those sessions, even though it was a bit tough for me to even get to the very easy point. But I just feel like it makes more. Yeah, gives a whole lot of new dimension to me, this blockchain thing, by trying to actually make it. And that's why I'm really saying, when we're supporting a project or a community, I really want us to build stuff, because I think when we build and use stuff, then that's when we realize the value of it.
All right, so stream everybody. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I'm gonna set up all this thing on a virtual machine for next week, reproduce the steps that I have been doing until today, and then try again. And next week, Wednesday, we can hopefully do the same thing again and continue with the tutorial. So thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye bye.